Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakah, Kodash, the wonders unto our elders and apostles of Graham and Stone, and Shalom to all our brothers and more, they are pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to them that believe, Shalom. I'm the brother Zach from GMS Jamaica,
Nahal.
and we just want to touch on the topic of also this video may talk put off the weak nature. It's coming on to the time right now when the Most High is going to rain in judgment upon this earth, and the Most High is a respecter of person. So in with that said, anybody that's not a part of the elect will be destroyed. Whether it want to be old people, young, baby, or anybody, But this lesson really sparked from when I watched the movie, we call it Robin Hood. Not the new, well, technically it's a new one, but we actually move up on the wrong one. And like within the movie, like a man, I don't even want to call him man, the movie feminine, weak, you see me? And it's like in there part of a woman, and the woman I feel the majority of things we man say, oh, it's fucking weak ass nigga. It's me man there up. Right, and that goes just in the truth, you see me? But for man up and fight a good fight. Right, so let's kick it off with the precept.
Alright, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, that's the lesson, it's put off the weak nature. Right, all of the weak things where the feebleness is we'll cast it off. Right, in the spirit is a woman up. Right, and it mainly go for instance, for instance, we just come into this video, some simple things we used to book up on our fault upon is you shade it off and man up, and grow in the spirit. Put off the weak nature, Right?
15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah. It's like a lot of evil is going to come up on the society. Right, the plagues are, as the scripture says, the plagues are sent, and they can't turn back. Right? Then let's read verse 17.
17. For look how much of the world should be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Yeah, and the scripture tell you why the evils are going to increase, because the level of wickedness when they commit upon the earth, right, the judgment is going to come. Right, and when the judgment comes, we will like cry out, you see me? The scripture will say out, any perish being innocent. But if you are a man up and accepts you, this is the judgment of Yahweh Shai. Even if it come up upon the people where you're so-called your friends or your loved ones, you see me? Or you can pull 2nd Ezra 16, so like and start at 74. Mainly focus it as the precepts to put off the weak nature. Is more like be for instance simple things we used to like fault upon or go off on is for instance coming to share truth personally the type of person I say when you attend so much people the most like you have like a compassion for Israel. But the more you grow in the sphere, you find out a bunch of some wicked ass niggas who deserve death.
Condemn judgment.
Yeah. It's just a man up here, and whether it be like a friend, for instance, a friend or for instance, people you used to grow with in this life, you recognize that them can't accept the truth or the truth is not for them. You have to accept it. It is what it is. You see, man, move on in the spirit, Put off the weak nature. This is only for the elect. When the elect can receive this, when the elect will be delivered. The rest slated for destruction, and it is what it is.
Precept. This is 1 Samuel 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Is a message as the Akka say, no matter the status of a man, we know say the Most High judgment on him. If the man lunatic, if him in a place of difficulty, hospitalized or anything, so the Most High judgment.
Yeah, and if for instance, let's say the Most High put let's say appearance to death, is we're going to be sorry about it and say the Most High have done wrong? No. We're going to say, yo, it's a judgment. That's the correct way for judging. Is it man view the situation. The scripture says, whoever perish being innocent. Right, so if they get put to death, yo, or if they in a predicament, you know, so yo, this is the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai, and his judgment is just. Right?
And it is just. Alright, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 72. For they shall waste.
Can I start at 74?
Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Okay.
75. But ye, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Paul. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Okay, so the day of trouble is at hand, yo. You see me? But the point we want to bring forward, we say, yo, let not the iniquity lift up themselves. You see me? Right? Because the flesh lust after all sort of wickedness. You see me? We have to man up, yo. You see me? Put off the weak nature and mortify the members of this flesh. You see, man up in the spirit. And also, alright, the flesh lust after these things that, for instance, the flesh may lust after a female we know of a man, which you know that according to the law that's adultery, and it's wrong. So you have to put off that weak nature and say, oh no, it's wrong, isn't it? And as Paul said, in keep himself in body under subjection, yo. When I look it up, you mean to be black and blue, right? See, and Yahushua said, this generation going not out by fasting and prayer. Right now, it's you have to basically have a manly spirit to basically fast, yo. Right? For going resisting your body from food for 1 day, 2 days, some brother go 3 days, and if you have the strength to do more, you see me? Right? These things are you putting off the weak nature, yo, right? Denying the basic desires of this flesh. Where if the scripture tells you if you did give the soul, the flesh desire, right, you basically have become a laughing stock to your enemy. Right? So in order to do this, you have to man up in the spirit. Alright, can I spoil for me Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 8?
46, 8?
Yeah.
Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8. Yea, thou heardest not, yea, thou knowest not. Right?
46.
Slack, 48. Alright, 46, verse 8, slacker. Isaiah 46, verse 8. Remember this and shew yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors.
Yeah, show yourself men, yeah? Right, so you have a man up. There's a saying, they say you grow some balls. As scripture tell you can pull Job 38, you see me in verse 3. And the angel tell Job, say you if you gird yourself up like a man. Right, which ultimately was from a commandment from the Most High, yo. And so this is not as brother saying, this no weak actual intent to science. Right? You see me? And that's the city. You have to man up, yo. You see me? We have fight a battle, the greatest battle ever. Right? Can be fought by which you know say mankind with the Israelite, Eden can't fight a battle either way. Right? But we are in the greatest army, the army of Yahweh Shem Shai, warfare is a spiritual warfare, yo. Is mean the Most I call men, as scripture says, unto you men I call. Right? So you can't be, well, the scripture tells straight up, so no effeminate men not going to enter the kingdom, yo. Right? So the Most I want to see some testosterone, you know, some balls. Grow up here. Go on.
Grow up here. Alright, this is Job 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
Yeah, so gird up the lines like a man, yo. Stand manfully. Right? No for them, oh, we can't do it. No, yo. Yeah. You see me? I'm making the flesh rule, yo. You have to cut it off, yo. Is me give it not the desire that it want. And we can pull on 1 Kings chapter 2 and can start at 1. Right? This is a commandment from King David unto King Solomon, which if you can receive it, King Solomon is Yahushua in the reincarnation.
Alright, this is 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, And he charged Solomon his son, saying,
Same charge him, it's a decree. Make sure so you get this done, yo.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Right, and Scripture says, I'm supposed to despise no wise counsel, yo. This is a wise counsel. Right, King David, a man of the Most High heart, by giving him son a commandment, yo, a charge. So we're supposed to key down to this as well because it's a fair charge, something wise. Right? Read that verse 2 once more, Passion.
1 Kings 2 verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Right? Be strong and shew yourself a man. Right? So no weak heart, yo. Don't be faint-hearted. Everything you buckle up and you cry about it, you're not saying the truth, yo. In this show you're going to get kicked down. You're going to have downtime, yo. But what you do about it is when you're down the spree, you have to man up, yo. You see me? You can't stay down when you get lit, yo. You see me? For instance, affliction is going to come, the persecution is going to come, yo. But you have to man up, yo. The temptation is going to come where you can't give in unto the flesh. Right? You have to man up, yo. You see me? And continue, put off the weak nature. At the time that's coming, yo, serious time is going to come where if you're weak-hearted or if you're faint-hearted, you have a weak nature, you won't survive. For instance, suppose you have a family and you see them, your family take the chip referring to the mark of the beast, what you going to do about it? You see me? You know, so them say it for dead, and it is what it is, it's the judgment of your hour.
Just you make sure that you not take it.
You can actually read verse 3 in the Kings.
1 Kings 2 verse 3. And to keep the charge of the Lord thy power, and walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
Right, so you keep the charge. Straight unto the point here, regardless. You can pull 2 Timothy 2, and we can start, you can start that one actually. For instance, Matthias, I'm mistaken from Maccabee, the first book here in charge in Sunday, you know, is him say, be valiant for the Lord, right? Show yourself men. I said, the more ways I tell yourself a man up, yo, because guess what, you're going to have a fight. You see me? You're going to have a fight in the flesh, yo. You see me? In the spirit as well. Is that the fight will fight you is always, his knees don't break, yo. You see me? The fight is constant, but guess what? You have a man up, yo. And a weak out, yo. You see me? And this is not of your will, but ultimately, Scripture tell you, as quoted earlier, this generation that go out by fasting and prayer. So you have to beg the Most High, the strength, is because Zach, right, to basically endure. Can you have some more?
Yes, precept. This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Exactly, prepare your soul for temptation. He said, no, it's gonna come, yo. So it's like a brace for your impact, yo. Wait for it. Yeah. So when the impact comes, you're not supposed to,
I'll be surprised.
I'll be surprised, as the brother say, yo. You see me? When the impact comes and you feel the resistance, yo, the rock can be a push back with force, yo. You see me? That's when the demon then come at you as well. Because you say resist the devil and he shall flee from you. You see me? So resist means you put up a fight against it. So when the devil come knock on you, you see a sexy girl come, you see me, I want to give you a cover, you say, oh, never mind, so I take it. No. You run out, yo. I was when Joseph, and the road.
And who you can use as an example, Yahushai. Remember Yahushai fasted, right? And you know, when you fast, you bring down the flesh, you eat, right? And you have lust, right? So it looks like you definitely want to eat something, you know? But what, the devil come and attempt Yahushai, attest him, and how Yahushai fight back. You know, Yahushai knew this precept, you know? Click on the scripture, you know? Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power, you see me?
As a quote by Yahushai, we're going out, the scripture says we have a greater cloud of witness. But you cannot finish that, or
finish it. When you go to verse 5, it said, verse 2, Sirach 2, verse 2.
Read verse 1 again.
Sirach 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure.
So you have to set your heart right. Is the me know say, yo, this is the right thing, this is what I'm gonna abide by. As you say, count that cause, yo, is and constantly endure. So whatsoever happen, yo, is during this walk, right? It's like a tug and war. Is you know, so you have to set your ground, so you know, say, yo, I'm gonna feel a resistance, but no matter what, I have to constantly fight, yo. Right? Constantly endure. Go on.
And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Yeah, as I think it was James, him say, blessed is he who endure temptation. Is it because when he basically he get fun proven. So take it cheerfully, yo.
Alright, Sirach 2 verse 5.
And not quite about there's think is Paul said as well. He said when we are judged of the Most High, that we're going to get condemned with the word. So it's like we getting obedience from now. So you see, we have to take obedience and say toward that is a correction.
And St. Paul, when he say when he's weak, then he's strong. You see me? Alright, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So you have to go through the hardship, yeah? Is it in order to purify gold, you have to put it to the fire. Without the fire, it will not be purified. So you have to know, so as the scripture tells say, the city is set in a broad field, or if we're paraphrasing, where the entrance, for the case, the entrance is narrow. So if we go through the streets, so we have to go through the narrow, as Paul says, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right? So we have to go through the tribulation to actually enter, right, and receive the reward. So if I know that we never promised an easy road, as the psalmist say, nobody told me that the road will be easy. I'm going to come too far to give up now. Right? I have to fight the good fight, yo. Right? Paul tell Timothy that, fight the good fight. Right? Scripture tells us, strive for truth unto death. So you have to remember these precepts, yo. And remember what you're basically fighting for. Think upon the prize, yo. And a week out, a shake out, yo. Like for instance, we know the persecution, the rising, is the most see it coming from all angles. But what you have to do? Because the shake out, the scripture says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Right, so we won't be that those persons, those first fruit, is going to testify how much you know shy among two terrible people and these heathens. Is going to stand stiffly for the name of the how much you know shy, and therefore Lord's will be crowned. Right?
And as I say, going back to the word, you know, you have to find comfort in the word, right? And the word is comforter. So, maybe one now. Timothy, Alright, this is 2 Timothy 2 verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, be strong, yo. Don't be weak, be strong. No, so guess what? We're going to be delivered. We just continue this part. Yahushua is going to return, we're going to get delivered, yo. So no matter how things are going wrong here, seems to go wrong, guys, because all things are for the good of them will love the Most High. Is no matter how things get heavier or the trial get more like rugged, is rough, yo. Just know, so guess what? Just continue. So continue person no matter what, don't tap out, yo. And we know, so yo, once we continue the race, it's because he that endureth unto the end, saved shall be saved. No, may be saved, yo. Shall be saved.
And even Jacob was saying, him said, the race is not for the swiftest, but who can endure. You know?
That's why Yahushua said, the Son of Man shall revenge his very easy one elect, yo. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man come, shall he find faith on the earth? Will you be found faithful, or you will be weak out? It's a merit out, yo. Put off the weak nature, no matter you feel oppressed, no matter you feel the pain, yo. It's when I find you watch wrestling and like put in one lock. It's painful, you know? Right? Hoping that you will tap out. That's the devil, because the devil goes about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. See, no matter you feel the pain, you just continue, beard. Is I know, so guess what? This soon done. And once me endure, you see me, right? Yahweh shall forward. On a different thing. Right?
Verse 2 Timothy 2 verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men,
Mm-hmm.
who shall be able to teach others. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So endure the hardness, yo,
And,
as a good soldier. Alright, so the trial is going to come, yo. Yes, the temptation is going to come. But guess what? Endure it. Don't tap out. Put off the weak nature. Right, continue.
and verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of his life, that
Of his
he
life.
yes, slack here. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
Right. So you know, you get entangled up with for instance, say, oh, don't be surprised if the Most High put just basically the devil come. I find what's the joke? What's the situation with Job? Right? All of these things were written. The scripture says all these things were written for learning. I can just pull it real quick from here. Everything in Romans 15 verse 4. And we can just go straight in the principle quote earlier in Hebrews 12.
So 15 and 4. Alright. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Exactly. So all of the events, them is man will basically endure the temptation. If we continue in the book of Sirach, it tells us whoever trusted the Most and was confounded. Is none. Anybody who trust in Yahweh Shemosai is in front and call upon him, they were delivered. And these things are our example that we through faith and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right? Hope in basically getting delivered from this place.
Alright, this is Sirach chapter 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
And we can list them. There are some of them. Right,
Yeah.
Phineas, even the book of I think it's book of Sirach. Is when you go down to the end, it tells let's praise faithful men, yo. Right. For instance, the book of Maccabees, it tells about the 7 brethren them. Right, and the mother, it tells about Eleazar. Right, we have Daniel, we get fleeing and lions there 2 times. You see, we have for instance the 3 old sons. You see me, Ananias, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Right. Me no trust in Yahweh Shemosai, basically they were left out there hanging. You see, they were delivered. Right? The Most High, Daniel, seen David tell us how he called upon the Most High, and the Most High said deliverance.
Alright, continuing. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Yeah, like for a good example again come to mind was Susanna. You see, Susanna refused to commit adultery with the 2 wicked priests. Them is the man them bear false witness against her and they want to put her to death. But the Most High put the spirit on Daniel. Is him if he basically judge the situation and what happened afterwards. Susanna was delivered for her righteousness, yo. Is him and the 2 priests were put to death. Right, and that's also as scripture say, should we obey men more than the Most High when the time of the ship come. Right, which is our temptation. So should we follow the ways of the society and accept the mark of the beast which are for the chip because we maybe not food for 1 day or 2 days. Alright, with family now obese. Oh, to the chip and just left them alone, no man, we take put on the Bible and talk preach. No, fuck that. You see, if them one go them own way, go them own way, yo. You see, move as me and my house, who serve the house about Shimon Shy. You see, man, technically we can only speak for the brother with you. You see, man, for yourself nowadays, because you know, any given time, is the flesh, which referring to the other part, can do road like Job. like Job.
Go. And pertaining to that still, you're right, because only the elect are going to endure. Only the elect and the 1/3. So that's why I would say hopeful elect. Because we're not sure of who, we're not 100% sure say you. We're not sure say this brother is a part of the elect. I'm not sure that I'm a part of the elect. Right? So you justify yourself, you know. Continuing. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
No, the honest answer is none, yo.
Can.
Isn't it? Well, apart from sincerely caught up on them because in think Psalm the 18th chapter that King David tells you how when he starts smiling the enemies them is in then call up from the Most High, but there was no help. Because the Most High never answered them in general. Is when a wicked ass nigga, you're going to get put to death. Because people say in their affliction they shall seek me early when they cannot find me. Too late, nigga.
You know, you now see the Most High know when he name unpopular, you see me?
There's a seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call upon him.
Can
You can just go up to I think what was that? I can read back once more Timothy chapter 2 and you can read verse 3.
Alright, this is back in 2 Timothy 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach.
But
Verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a good soldier.
can read verse 5 also.
And if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Yes, you have to do this lawfully according to the guidelines of Yahweh Shemosha. You can pull down Hebrews 12 and you can start the 1. Christ gives us he that entered through the window is a thief. You have to enter through the straight gate, right? And that straight referring to a position of difficulty or hardship, right? So you're going to suffer in this fear, but guess what? You have to man up and you cannot try to tiptoe around it and the trial, you see me? And as Scripture says, you're going to be basically going to be found a thief, you're going to cast through, cast out, and fling you out, and they will weep in the national teeth. So you have to get purged, you have to get purged from all of the dross. Is man in perfect material, was be found blameless on that day.
And that's why Jake, your strategy now go work, this thing of, when I get everything, house, car, successful life, family, woman, and then at the very end you say, oh Lord, forgive me. That now go work.
Which life?
Alright, this is Hebrew 12 and 1.
Want the best of both worlds. Want the best of both worlds, like animals.
You see, it's like you don't want to suffer this one for the kingdom of heaven, you want the two of them. But yeah.
So if the woe to them that are she take that are rich in this world, because they receive them consolation. Good luck.
Good luck, Jake. Alright, this is Hebrew 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Yeah, and verse 11, chapter 11, should I say, tell you the people who have faith in Yahweh Shemosha. Say, and convince them, see themselves as pilgrims, looking forward to the greater kingdom. Right, so suffer the afflictions of this life, is with your ultimate a reward. Because look, in this life, is if you really eyes open, recognize that there is nothing here. The scripture says, I'm rising in the part, but this is not your race. It's polluted, and you shall destroy with the soul destruction.
And scripture say, lay not up treasures on this earth where moth and rust doth corrupt. So all of them something are corrupt. All of our treasures on this earth.
Yes, so set you knock your heart upon richly and just cotton.
Alright, continuing. Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
Yes, the regular slip up them we used to make you always time to show them the half you put off the weak nature. So you usually slack on this. So I find some people getting these lessons out, lazy demon or the demon, so can't do the lesson, shake them the half, So we get these lessons out. The scriptures occupy till I come. Right? Preach the word, be instant in season out of season. So we get this word out. It says preach the word, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. That's our duty, that's our job. Right? So even though at times we're in this frigid place and he saw 9 to 5 or stress you out and so forth, and I don't know the body will break down. And all I'm to get the demons them come to. Feel the strength to basically get certain things done, Nevertheless, that's where the fight come in. Put off that weak nature, and don't give in to the flesh. Right? Get these lessons out.
Alright. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Yeah, with patience, knowing say, yo, this is me, might think, like for instance, coming to this way, yo, kill me dead next year, yo, this thing I done this year. See, but nevertheless, yo, a few years later, we're still here. It's not saying that we're going to start this vision for 5-10 years and this. No, we still have pre like say, yo, these things don't crash, yo. So all of these just have to fight till him come. Him referring to our shout the world in the call Jesus Christ. Alright, read that what comes, man.
Alright. Hebrews 12, verse 1, or you just want to see him line?
I can
read it over.
Yeah, yes.
Alright. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahushua, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
Yes, him endure the cross, him endure all of the affliction. Can I skip to verse 12? Right, you endure it, you never tap out. You see me, say, oh, never mind. You see me, can't take this, you see me, can't take no more of this, so you pain taking, yo. You see me, endure it. And that's what we need to do, yo. And put off the weak nature. Yeah, you're going to feel pain, yes, it's not going to be pleasant. Yes, if the demons and come and say, oh, you can't do something. No. You see me, push through, yo. Right? Fight unto the end. You have to finish, we finish the course. As Paul saying, we'll fight the good fight, we'll finish the course. Then he knows that a crown is laid up in heaven. Yahweh shall say, it is finished. Right, so this work yo, is about completing, finishing our course. Right, endure, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Now he that endureth unto part time. You see me, see to say, what that him would have basically draw back. Then Yahweh shall say, he that look back is not fit for the kingdom, yo. It's like they start the race here. Scripture say them if you come with the cost here, because if you start build and you finish the build, yo, them are basically mock you. So this man start to build you and you finish. We don't want to be that, yo. Scripture say if basically you're right, you have to sin basically, right, turn back, right, the righteousness we do before, roughly paraphrasing, basically I've been done vital. Right, so I want to endure unto the end. So I'm going to 12.
You want 3? 3 look at him.
You read verse 3.
Alright. Hebrews 12 verse 3. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against him, against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds.
Yeah, so when we say, yo, how shall I go through it, yo? And that you pump, you can sometimes, yo, is speaking from experience, I go through some shit, yo. So when I hear any brother situation, say, Lord, I go through nothing. You see me? I go through nothing, brother. You see me? You say, alright, I need to go man up there, because when you go through, brother, you know, you see me? And then you go over, because some of the time you see the most and give with every temptation. Jacob was saying you cannot give a man more than when he can bear. But she say each temptation is when you get is common to man. Is when with all temptation man give away for escape. So for instance, this man may go through affliction, you see me where you will put yourself in a situation, but now I know me not manage that. Likewise, him a pretty same thing. I say, yeah, me in a year predicament, I know me not that yo. You see me? But nevertheless, the most I not give none away. More than what we can handle. So whatever is brought upon you, take cheerfulness, the scripture says.
And just to add, brother, Yahushua go through all the feel, affliction, you see me? And the scripture says, yo, the servant is not better than the master, roughly paraphrasing, you see me? And we're the servants, we're not better than Yahushua or master, you see me? So we have to go through it, you know? It's a must. Alright, Hebrews 12 verse 12. Wherefore, lift up the hands which hang, wherefore, lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed.
Yeah, so lift up the feeble hand, then the hand then with that, lift up the feeble.
Yeah, he said, lift up the hands which hang down,
and the feeble knees,
and the feeble
so
knees.
So the more is me spirit,
approach me.
Oh man, the fuck up, yo. You see me? I would say, yo, sometime you're gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Straight.
You see me? But nevertheless, you have to get up back and continue the fight, yo. You see me? Can't stop. You have to go straight on to the end.